I'm going to start today the way I start almost every charity interview, from right here in my home office in Ontario, Canada. And for this purpose, I've invented a charity which I've called Fundraising Dogs.
Hello, it's Ben Swart here, excited to be delivering my Fundraising Everywhere power session. We've got 15 minutes together. I promise I'm going to pack it full of principles and examples and tactics to help you with your fundraising, coming nearly live from this nursery in my house in London, England.
Now, I love newsletters, and the reason for that is they answer a fundamental problem that we face today. They give us an opportunity to deliver real value to our supporters.
So a nice quote I always love to share, which I find very, very inspiring, is one from Maya Angelou, who says, "Your legacy is every life you've touched." And it's true, we have this privileged position in the nonprofit sector to touch a lot of lives.
So we're starting to see a trend, and this snowball effect is starting to impact a lot of charities, and something that I would ask you to push through in your organisation. Ask that question in that meeting. Consider what you're procuring and what you're buying. Consider the single-use plastics in all you do.
Before that before letter, when I looked at it, I knew something had gone wrong long before their fingers hit the keyboard, because they hadn't attended to a concept, a 4-part success formula I call the oath.
It's hard to imagine what fundraising will look like in 80 years, but maybe a little something like this. No longer will we have to set up tiresome meetings with our major donors. Introducing the video phone. That's right, Mary Jane. You're going to have to look presentable if you want to hit your target. Now, finally, your boss can keep an eye as you make those calls. Even your ugly co-workers can learn from the best. Hello, sir. Would you care to make a donation today? Of course he will, because he sees those pretty eyes. Finally, thanks to global warming, your board members can meet outside. Yes, fundraising is still bottom of the agenda, but the good news is the board is diverse. No women, of course. Now, with shorter journey times, your potential corporate partners can visit the sites in person. Yes, they still give all sorts of shitty advice and think they know better, but you can ignore them face to face. You no longer have to fret about driving out to community events. Now every fundraiser has their own plane. What's that, Chester? In a bit of a spin? Why don't you cool off in the ocean? That's your ice bucket challenge. The typing pool is all in a tizzy because of your new celebrity ambassador. Yes, that's right. It's the runner-up of X Factor, and he's attracting a larger audience. Yes, this influencer hasn't helped raise a fucking penny, but still, look how happy your board are. All that talk of mental health has paid off. Finally, fundraisers around the world are happy, dancing a little jig between calls. Thanks to the general public for supporting fundraisers. Thanks to the media for endorsing. And thanks to your board and co-workers for supporting you every step of the way. That's fundraising. Ever since your first donation, I watched you from afar. Would have loved to gone approach you, but GDPR. I fell in love with your gifting face. Dear first thing, won't you get on my database? Finally got you at my silent auction. Thought I'd tell you how I feel. My knees were knocking and my bucket was shaking. Would you respond to my appeal? But you live with my corporate sponsor and it's playing on my mind. To me you're a major donor, but to him just a gift in kind. Dear first name, won't you take my last name? I'm longing for your kiss. Add me to your will, dear friend, won't you offer to my list? Now every day feels like a year and where I haven't hit my goal. Like a board and a CEO that won't invest in digital. If you gave me a chance to prove it, it would just be heaven sent. Our retention rate would be 150%. Dear first man, won't you take my last name? I'm longing for your kiss. Add me to your will, dear friend, won't you opt to my list?
I'm going to start today the way I start almost every charity interview, from right here in my home office in Ontario, Canada. And for this purpose, I've invented a charity which I've called Fundraising Dogs.
Hello, it's Ben Swart here, excited to be delivering my Fundraising Everywhere power session. We've got 15 minutes together. I promise I'm going to pack it full of principles and examples and tactics to help you with your fundraising, coming nearly live from this nursery in my house in London, England.
Now, I love newsletters, and the reason for that is they answer a fundamental problem that we face today. They give us an opportunity to deliver real value to our supporters.
So a nice quote I always love to share, which I find very, very inspiring, is one from Maya Angelou, who says, "Your legacy is every life you've touched." And it's true, we have this privileged position in the nonprofit sector to touch a lot of lives.
So we're starting to see a trend, and this snowball effect is starting to impact a lot of charities, and something that I would ask you to push through in your organisation. Ask that question in that meeting. Consider what you're procuring and what you're buying. Consider the single-use plastics in all you do.
Before that before letter, when I looked at it, I knew something had gone wrong long before their fingers hit the keyboard, because they hadn't attended to a concept of 4-part success formula I call the oath.
Hey, Tom from Lightful here. We're really excited to be involved in Fundraising Everywhere as a sponsor. We really believe in accessible and fantastic high quality learning resources and speakers, and that's why we decided to get involved. We have the amazing Beth Cantor talking on behalf of Lightful, sharing some really great insights about the future of AI, as well as our own social media manager, Teresa, who is sharing some best practice storytelling in the build up to winter campaigns. So do get involved, sign up, join us, Lightful, at Fundraising Everywhere, and the whole raft of amazing speakers. It's worth every penny, and if you are a small organisation under 100,000 euros, you can sign up for free. So why not? Get involved.
I'm going to start today the way I start almost every charity interview, from right here in my home office in Ontario, Canada. And for this purpose, I've invented a charity which I've called Fundraising Dogs.
Hello, it's Ben Swart here, excited to be delivering my Fundraising Everywhere power session. We've got 15 minutes together. I promise I'm going to pack it full of principles and examples and tactics to help you with your fundraising, coming nearly live from this nursery in my house in London, England.
Now, I love newsletters, and the reason for that is they answer a fundamental problem that we face today. They give us an opportunity to deliver real value to our supporters.
So a nice quote I always love to share, which I find very, very inspiring, is one from Maya Angelou, who says, "Your legacy is every life you've touched." And it's true, we have this privileged position in the nonprofit sector to touch a lot of lives.
So we're starting to see a trend, and this snowball effect is starting to impact a lot of charities, and something that I would ask you to push through in your organisation. Ask that question in that meeting. Consider what you're procuring and what you're buying. Consider the single-use plastics in your
Before that before letter, when I looked at it, I knew something had gone wrong long before their fingers hit the keyboard, because they hadn't attended to a concept of 4-part success formula I call the oath.
First, you will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
There is no such thing as failure. Failure is just life trying to move us in another direction.
If you are living your life to the fullest, you will fail. You will stumble. You will screw up. You will fall down. But it will make you stronger.
See, these are the moments that define us. Not the day you get the promotion, not the day you win Teacher of the Year, but the times that force you to claw and scratch and fight just to get through the day.
And it's not about how many times you get rejected but you fall down or you're beaten up. It's about how many times you stand up and are brave and you keep on going. Thank you.
I don't wallow in it. I don't spend time in a place. I let myself move on.
You must fail. You have to. It's just part of the storyline. No one that's ever succeeded didn't fail as well. And it's fun to embrace. I think it's important to realize what it means in the big picture. It's not like you can have a big failure party like, yay, well, I fucked up, this is awesome.
Hey, this is Steven from Boomerang. We are so excited to be sponsoring the Fundraising Everywhere conference. It's going to be awesome. There are some great speakers lined up, some great sessions coming. Really hope you enjoy the conference and all the great presentations, including a special presentation from me that you can download afterwards. We're going to be talking about all the ways that you can humanize your digital fundraising efforts. So we're going to talk about email, social media, online giving, all that good stuff, and try to help you turn things that are usually very transactional and kind of robotic into more personal and nice touches with your donors that they'll really appreciate, even though it's coming through digital channels. So check that session out. Hope you really enjoy the conference. It's going to be a good one. Enjoy.
Now, the way your brain remembers things means that we're going to try and have each tactic. Oh fucking hell! Ah!
I'm going to start today the way I start almost every charity interview, from right here in my home office in Ontario, Canada. And for this purpose, I've invented a charity which I've called Fundraising Dogs.
Hello, it's Ben Swart here, excited to be delivering my Fundraising Everywhere power session. We've got 15 minutes together. I promise I'm going to pack it full of principles and examples and tactics to help you with your fundraising, coming nearly live from this nursery in my house in London, England.
Now, I love newsletters, and the reason for that is they answer a fundamental problem. They give us an opportunity to deliver real value to our customers.
So a nice quote I always love to share, which I find very, very inspiring, is one from Maya Angelou, who says, "Your legacy is every life you've touched." And it's true, we have this privileged position in the nonprofit sector to touch a lot of lives.
So we're starting to see a trend, and this snowball effect is starting to impact a lot of charities, and something that I would ask you to push through in your organisation. Ask that question in that meeting. Consider what you're procuring and what you're buying. Consider the single-use plastics in all you do.
Before that before letter, when I looked at it, I knew something had gone wrong long before their fingers hit the keyboard, because they hadn't attended to a concept, a 4-part success formula I call the OAF.
Fundraising everywhere.
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 Fundraising everywhere!
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are tuning in from. Good day to you. This is live. So this is just a test of the software, the test of our system, everything like this.
Me as well.
This isn't the real thing. This is my son Harrison, who is joining me for the test.
I'm the real thing.
He is the real thing. He's replacing Nikki Bell, who can't be here today because it's just the test. She is doing other stuff more important, although she is in the networking. And if you got the link in your email, or if you got the link on Twitter, if you got the link on LinkedIn, you're very welcome. And you'll see the networking and chat box there. And you might see Nikki Bell in there. I see a few other familiar faces who've joined us. Hello to Bruce Clark. Hello to Fraser, CFRE, Ruth Fraser.
Yes.
Lisa Sargent is with us in the chat box. So if you are not logged in, if you're not chatting, then you should be, because Lisa is an absolute genius and one of the greatest fundraisers out there. She really is.
Okay.
She absolutely is.
I believe
and so here's an opportunity. And this is one of the things about Fundraising Everywhere that was really important to myself and Nikki when we set this up, is that you will have an opportunity to chat to the speakers. The speakers are going to join us live. The speakers are going to be around. And we really want to bring the networking idea of real conferences to our virtual conference. And so you'll have an opportunity to chat to the speakers, you'll have an opportunity to chat to me and Nikki, and you'll have an opportunity to talk to us. Now, some people aren't getting their Twitter avatar, their Twitter logo coming up through the chat box. I know, and so that's something we have to fix, isn't it, Harrison?
Yes.
But maybe it's their fault. I'll have a look at it when we're available. But I can see that we've got people from County Meath in Ireland with us. I can see that we've got people from London, people from Newcastle, obviously. I'm in Dublin at the moment. So we really have fundraisers everywhere, and this is the whole thing about it. So please do come on. You know, we're trying to stress test this to see if you can break it before the real thing, because then we're going to fix all the problems before we can. So obviously this test is open to everyone. You know, there's no restrictions on doing this. The live show and the downloads next week, they are by, registration only. So if you haven't got your ticket, then you'll see a button. If you're on the website, you'll see a button up here where you can buy your tickets, or you can go to fundraisingeverywhere.com to buy your tickets. Remember, they're only €55 for most of us, €55 to get all of this content. You'll be able to watch it live and you'll be able to download it. But if you're a small charity, and this is another thing that was really important for Nikki and I, if you're a small charity with a turnover of less than 100,000 a year, it is completely free for you. So please do register if you're just a visitor here, if you're just swinging by to see what all the fuss is about, if you're just trying to figure out what a good virtual conference looks like, then come and join us for the day. It's really affordable for everyone, and hopefully it's everything you need. So what are we going to do today? I mean, we're not going to do a whole lot because, we're saving all the good content for Tuesday, obviously, for our registered people.
Can we just watch the Sonic trailer?
We can't watch the Sonic trailer, but you can go and, I suppose, log off and watch the new Sonic trailer if you want.
That's better than doing this.
You think that's better? Yeah, okay. But if you've already seen the Sonic trailer, let's maybe have a look at a couple other things. So what I want to do now is maybe give you a sneak peek of a couple sessions. So actually, I'm not showing the Sonic trailer. But one of the speakers we have, as I said, who's joining us is Lisa Sargent, and I know a lot of people are really excited to see Lisa speak. So let's just have a little preview of what Lisa's going to be talking to us about.
Hello to all you fabulous fundraisers, and welcome to my Fundraising Everywhere session, How to Break Free from Boring Fundraising Appeals Forever. This is your 45-minute copywriting cure. I am fundraising copywriter Lisa Sargent. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we're going to talk about 3 things in particular: what predictable things happen when your donors perceive something is boring, how you can start to head that off at the pass before your fingers ever touch the keyboard, what you need to do, We're going to spend a little bit of time on that, and then the bulk of our time will be spent on the mechanics of how to find and fix some of the fatal flaws that lead to boring. We don't have a minute to lose, so let's dig in. Have you ever been at an influential party? Let's say everybody you want to meet is there, people you want to connect with, and you're really psyched to be there. When a stranger approaches you and they start to talk, and it seems like a good conversation, so you say to yourself, hey, let me see if this guy, we can network or whatever. But then all of a sudden you're a little ways into the
Haha, you think I'm going to let you see any of Lisa's stuff? Absolutely not. She's one of the best in the world. And if you're not registered, you don't get to see all her amazing stuff. So if you want to see the full session, if you want to see Lisa share loads and loads of tips with you over her 45-minute slot, then you got to register. And when it's going to debut on Tuesday, we're going to have it as part of the live show, part of the 12-hour stream on Tuesday. So go ahead and get set up and you'll be in there. You'll get to see it. You'll get to watch it live. And if you can't make it live, you'll get to download it. So go ahead and register. Click the button up there if you're on the website, or go to fundraisingeverywhere.com, or give us a shout and we'll sort you out. So, anyone have any questions? Anyone unclear about how this is going to work for you or any of the restrictions? I can see a couple questions came in. So someone asked, where can they find the overview with the subjects and workshops? So the full agenda is available at fundraisingeverywhere.com. If you go to fundraisingeverywhere.com, you'll see all of our speakers and you'll see minute by minute how it's going to play out. Now, obviously, this is live and this is, we're streaming live, and me and Nikki are going to be there live for 12 hours and we're going to probably kill each other by the end of it. But so the agenda is there to be stuck to, but like a real conference, there's every chance that we're going to, be a minute or two out. But we're going to do our best to stay within the restrictions, within the timing that we're trying to do. Same person asked another question, which you might find useful. How do I count as a charity in order to get the free entry? And what is this sign? What does this say? They can't read it. Bring it closer.
I know they can't.
Is it about Sonic? If this is about the Sonic trailer, I'm going to throttle you. So the other thing is, if you're a small charity, if your turnover is less than 100K, and you don't want to watch the Sonic trailer or the Sonic movie because it's not out yet, then you get free entry to Fundraising Everywhere. So if you're a small charity, there's no reason why you shouldn't register. You can watch it live, or you can get the downloads afterwards. Again, it was really important for Nikki and I that smaller organizations will be able to access this, because we know it's really difficult to get to events. It's really difficult to afford events. And so this comes into your office or your home, or you can download it afterwards. If you're a free charity, if you're a small charity, you can do it for completely free. And the good news is, actually, it was just over 60% of our registrations have been from small charities. So just over 60% of our registrations haven't spent a penny, because they're small organizations, but they're still going to get access to the same world-class training that the rest of us are going to get for that very low price of €55. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't registered, the price goes up on November 19th. So the event takes place on November 19th, and on November 19th, you'll still be able to register, but it's going to be more expensive. And it's going to be more expensive after the event as well. So if you're in doubt, if you're still on the fence, the best thing to do is just buy your ticket. Let's be honest, because otherwise the price is going to go up. So you might as well just do it now. Now, who have we got? Howard Lake has joined us. Howard Lake has just arrived. You know, when you're at a conference and a superstar like Howard Lake turns up and everyone in the room notices? Howard Lake is going to be running a session at Fundraising Everywhere where he talks about press releases. Hello, Howard. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming. Did you get a tea? Did you get a coffee? Are you all sorted? Good. Now, to give you an idea of how the cutting backwards and forwards works and all this stuff, I'm going to go off, I'm going to go network, and I'm going to go chat to some people. But in the meantime, maybe you want to hear a little bit from one of our sponsors. And who doesn't want to hear from one of our sponsors? So one of our big sponsors, we have some really amazing sponsors who helped us out. We're going to be broadcasting next week live from the Lightful offices. And I know Tom Dufresne is here networking with us. So have a chat with him about how they can help you in terms of your social. But also one of our sponsors is all the way in Australia, Fundraising Everywhere, all the way in Australia, and they are called Precision. And I just want to show you a little bit about Precision.
Precision Fundraising is the only Australian supplier of end-to-end solutions for donor communications. We work in partnership with fundraisers like you to deliver powerful donor-centric communications that attract and retain loyal donors. Our aim is to connect your organisation and supporters in ways that engage and inspire, so their generosity can bring greater good into the world, delivering powerful, donor-centric communications to attract and retain lifelong donors. When you work with Precision, you'll have access to a team of fundraising and marketing experts and production and data specialists. Contact us today to discover the joy of doing fundraising well.
And that's Precision. I love the music. But yeah, Precision have been really, really good to us in terms of getting this up and running, in terms of making it happen, in terms of allowing us to give it to 60% of the attendees completely free because they're small charities. We've had a number of sponsors who've helped us, and I might just give them a shout out if you bear with me. So obviously Lightfall, who are hosting us, we're going to be there at their office, and Lightfall's Tom is going to be joining us for a few bits on the day. Precision in Australia have been really helpful to us, and then we've got Access DM. Bloomerang has always been very generous. The lovely Agents of Good, Focused on Fundraising, I Donate, Cornerstone Fundraising, Stratcom, Gather Voices, Donor, without an O, D-O-N-R, Donor, UK Fundraising Magazine, which we love. Howard is going to be running a session on press releases, Fundify, and Raisley. So thank you very much to those sponsors. Really, really lovely, really good people, and just really instant. Thank you. There's I'm putting it the wrong way. There's my son Harrison, who's still joining us. He's famous in his own right. He's the host of Harris Tendo YouTube channel, which you should... What? Well, okay. You're rebooting. Oh yeah, you're rebranding and changing his name. But his YouTube channel is excellent. So, any questions? Does anyone want to ask anything about how this conference is going to work? If you're in any doubt, I hope this has kind of cleared up a little bit about how it's going to be streaming, what you're going to get from it. Me and Nikki are going to bring some more surprises and some guests and some really, obviously all the content is saved for Tuesday. But actually, speaking of content, maybe you want another sneak preview. Will I show you a bit of Mark Phillips? So Mark Phillips is an absolute amazing superstar fundraiser who you probably have crossed this path anyway. He knows a lot of stuff. He writes really great blogs. He runs really good training sessions. And he's here with us as well for Fundraising Everywhere. He's going to be talking about how to supercharge your newsletter. So would you like to see a little bit of a little snippet of Mark's session? Of course you would. Let's cut across to Mark and let's see what Mark's going to be talking about.
Hello and welcome to today's presentation on supercharging a charity newsletter. There are two things that we're going to be looking at. Number one, for those of you who currently have a newsletter or a magazine, we're going to be showing you how you can improve it, make it better. And number two, for those of you who don't have a newsletter, perhaps you haven't considered one, or worse, you actively don't like them and you think that they can always be beaten by a good appeal, we're going to show you why you might be wrong. And then we're going to give you the tips and tricks you need to know to build a great newsletter that will transform your relationship with donors. Now, I love newsletters, and the reason for that is they answer a fundamental problem that we face today. They give us an opportunity to deliver real value to our supporters, and that's essential, particularly in today's economy. If we look at the UK, for example, income has been flat for decades. The amount people give to charity has stayed static, really. And at a very, very...
Again, I'm not showing you any more than that. You have to wait till Tuesday, and you have to be registered. This session, this live stuff, this is a free-for-all. Anyone can come, check it out, see what we're talking about when we talk about a virtual conference. But in terms of the content, in terms of the world-class speakers who are going to be joining us and going to be teaching us, you don't get that stuff. You don't get that stuff unless you register. And if you register, then you get it to watch live on the day, November 19th, if you want to join us. Or if you can't make it, or you can't make the whole thing, you get to download everything and more. You get some bonus sessions as well, but you have to register. So click the register button, which you might see above, or go to fundraisingeverywhere.com. Wherever you need to register, just register. Any other questions? Anyone else want to talk about it? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up soon. No?
You have to give them a link to the Sonic movie trailer.
Okay, I have to give you a link to the Sonic movie trailer. So let's see. Let's see if we can find the Sonic movie trailer. And then what we'll do is we'll post it in the networking box. I mean, it's nothing to do with fundraising, but this is what this is what happens when it's live. You have to deal with this.
This is what happens when you're a child.
When you have a child, yeah. Look how tired I look. That's how I'm tired looking, because I'm organising fundraising everywhere. Although Nikki's doing most of the work. So let me put this in the networking box. Sonic trailer by request of Harrison, but maybe save it to watch until after. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Nikki's not going to be happy that we're sharing the Sonic trailer. But there you go. What else do you want to see? Do you want to see a little bit of my session? So my session is not going to be live. My session is a download, and again, it's only available to people who have a ticket. It won't be shown on November 19th, but you get lots of extras when you register, and so that's one of the things that you're going to get in your delegate bag, your virtual delegate bag. You're going to get a copy of my session. So I'll show you a bit of it. I just want to see. Let's see who else is networking. Who's sitting around the table drinking tea? We got Amy's there. Bruce is still with us. Howard Lake, Sarah Lundberg, Tom Dufresne. Oh, Amy's got a question. How soon after the session can I download? I won't be getting up at 4 a.m. You should really be getting up at 4 a.m., Amy. But no, all the downloads will be available. They'll be available the next day. So within 24 hours, you'll have all of the sessions available. We're going to work to get them out to you as quickly as possible. It should be within a couple hours after, but definitely within 24 hours, you'll have all of the sessions available to watch back. And you'll be able to watch the whole live stream back. You'll be able to watch each of the individual sessions back. And remember, if you register, if you buy your ticket, or if you get it for free, if you're a small charity, you'll get all the sessions whenever you want after the event. So there you go. Let's watch a little bit of my session. Let's just watch the opening just to get an idea of it. I know, whatever. And then I'll talk to you again. Hello, thank you for joining me for this session, Growing Your Mailing List. And there's our first technical issue because I didn't load it up properly. But yeah, sure, you're sick of me anyway, aren't you? But just rest assured, when you buy your ticket, if you're registered, you're going to get all these downloads there. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have a quick look on Twitter to see if there's any other questions or anything else we need to address before we come back, before I sign off, sorry, and then on LinkedIn, is there anything going on? And what I would say, if you haven't got your ticket, go ahead and get your ticket. Think of all the amazing speakers we're going to have. We're going to have Lisa Sargent, we're going to have Howard Lake, we're going to have Mark Phillips. Obviously, it'll be myself and Nikki Bell who are hosting throughout the day, and we'll be there to answer questions along with some of the speakers. Kashana Palmer and Dana Seagull are going to be our plenary speakers, our keynote speakers. We're going to have one in the first half and one in the second half, and they're going to give us some great sessions about behavioral economics and about self-care and looking after yourself. We've got Gene O'Brien, who's talking about Google AdWords. We've got Nick Byrne, who's talking about Facebook about Facebook fundraising. Ligia Pena, who's one of the world's experts on legacies, and she's going to talk about really practical steps about how to build your legacy pipeline and how to start getting legacies, especially if you're new to it, but how to improve them if you're already doing it. John Lepp and Jen Love, obviously the agents are good. Jen's going to be talking about how we capture stories and share them. John's going to be talking about design. Salim Tajani is going to be talking about video. Who else have we got? We've got Camille St. Omer Donaldson, Beth Cantor, Maeve Strathy from Blakely, Louise Lai, Emma Luzzi, who I love, and she's going to be talking about major donors, how to bring in major gifts, even if you're a small shop, even if you have no budget. She's going to be talking about stuff that applies to everyone, but how to bring in like 4-digit, 5-digit, 7-digit gifts. So that's going to be great. Kenneth Foreman talking about sustainability. Stephen Shattuck is in one of the download sessions. Aaron Hearn is going to be talking about volunteers and managing volunteers and stuff around that. Ben Swart, he's actually my favorite speaker at the moment. He's just so good. He's going to be talking about corporate fundraising, and he's going to be just the energy he brings to it is amazing. If you were here before I went live and you saw the countdown, you might have seen his blooper where he nearly falls off his chair. Ben Case is in the downloads talking about major donors and getting the door open for these meetings. Leslie Pinder is going to be talking about supporter experience and all the amazing things that she's done at the British Red Cross. God, I think I've missed a few people, but we just have lots of speakers, and they're all going to be available if you buy your ticket. So just before I sign off, let me just say again, buy your ticket, go to fundraisingeverywhere.com or click the buy your ticket button, and then it's only €55 for all of yous. And if you're a small charity with a small turnover, as 60% plus of you are, then it's completely free. So just make sure you pick the free ticket and let me know the name of the organization so that we know you're free. And then remember, the price goes up on November 19th, so ensure that you get your ticket before then, because otherwise you're going to have to pay more for it to get these sessions. But we really hope you can join us live on November 19th. As I said, unfortunately my son Harrison won't be there. There'll be no Sonic the Hedgehog trailers, but Nikki Bell will be here, and it'll be me and Nikki Bell from the offices of Lightful in London. We'll be hosting for 12 hours, and if you think I look tired now, I'm going to look extremely tired on November 19th, but we're going to be with you the whole time to guide you through all the sessions. We're going to be running contests. We've got some big announcements about other stuff that's happening. We're going to be answering questions. We're going to be chatting through you, and we're going to be networking with you in the networking box, which you'll see if you're on the website. So please do come to the website. You will get your own link for the event. Yeah, so if you're registered, you'll get your own link for the event. It's not on this page. This page is going to self-destruct and explode, but you'll get your own secret link and you log in for your own page, and that's where you're going to get all of the content next week. That's where the live thing is going to come from, and you can dip in and out. You can watch it afterwards. You can do whatever you want. It's just like works around you. It's accessible, so you can watch it from anywhere, on any device, whenever you want. But hopefully you'll join us live, because me and Nikki are going to have a lot of fun while we stream this. So that's it. Lovely to see you. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for coming by and checking it out. Who else have we got? Thank you, Amy, for wishing us all the best. Goodbye, Lisa. Goodbye, Lisa in New Hampshire, USA. Lisa says, Harrison, it's lovely to meet you. He says okay. And that's it. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you on Tuesday.